Thursday, noon Eastern. That means one thing and one thing only. It's time to Best Ball Bash. What is the Best Ball Bash, you may ask? It's an opportunity for you, the YouTube members on this channel, to jump on stream and draft teams with me. I'll foot the bill. We'll split any of the winnings. All you have to do is put in the chat the hashtag join the bash. I'll spin a wheel. If your name comes up, I send you the link and we're off to the races. I'm Pete Overzet. This is our final bash before the NFL schedule is released tonight. Let's do it. Welcome to the Best Ball Bash. We are throwing a party. One of you guys in the chat will be hopping on stream to draft, and then we will split the $2 million prize.
We are in the 2020 Honda Civic.
I think we got to lock him up.
You're going to be able to get us Jalen Knoll to fall by staring them down in the eye right now.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, Pete.
Lock him up.
That's my kind of guy. I am going to need a howl from you.
Hopefully none of my neighbors mind.
Oh, this is going to be my life. This is so much fun.
All right. How are we doing, everybody? Time is really flying. It really feels like yesterday we had the bash last week, and now we're back, ready to do it again. There will not be a bash next week. I will be out next week traveling for a long Memorial Day weekend. We'll be back, of course, the following week, but did want to give you that programming note and maybe give you the extra added incentive to use the hashtag join the bash right now. I will offer the normal qualifiers. We will do multiple drafts today. Multiple people will get a chance to come on stream, but don't put your name or your entry in the chat right now if you're not able to come on stream within the next 3 minutes. You're more than welcome to swing by 30 minutes from now, toss it in again whenever you're ready. But please, these are non-transferable. It is legally binding. If you use the hashtag join the bash, you must be ready immediately to come on and draft with me. I'll need your help too with some of these schedule leaks. I've been kind of in the editing rabbit hole this morning, the producing rabbit hole for So You Think You Can Tout. Had a ton of calls yesterday with the challengers, the contenders, and now working very hard to get this video ready. So I've missed some of the schedule leaks. Someone tagged me on X and said, we now know that the Vikings will play the Jets in week 17. We can finally start drafting Breece Hall and running it back with Jordan Addison. Are there any other week 17 games I've missed? You guys will have to let me know. You will have to let me know. Let me get this giveaway screen up here. We got 8 entries so far. Hashtag join the bash. We'll spin here in a couple of minutes if you are interested. How are we doing today? How are we doing? Matthew, we are so back. What's up, Rick Aduzel? We got some tout applicants in here. Rick, we got Trevor, we got Matthew, Chris Riley, Raylish coming back at it. Ooh, Nathaniel Wright, one of our tout contenders. Everybody saw the Wells episode. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Was Wells 2 weeks ago or last week? See, everything is a blur to me. I think Wells was 2 weeks ago. Was it? Anyways. Yes, this has been a fun spot for some of the So You Think You Can Tout hopefuls to hop on stream. But I will say this. I am YouTube member agnostic. I do not care if you applied to the competition. I don't care if you're in it now. Everybody gets a crack at coming on stream to draft with me. I mean, last week we got to meet McLean. I thought he was awesome. One of the better surprise guests coming out of nowhere. It was really fun getting to know him, learning about his prop bets, his chess skills, had pretty savvy instincts with drafting as well. So I love the new faces. I love the familiar friends, but I also love the new faces here. All right, you guys are letting me know some of these other matchups. We got Ravens, Bengals. Okay, a little divisional maxing there. We have Bears, Lions. All right. Okay. All right. The Brett Favre Memorial. That's a pretty good mnemonic. Yeah, on Twitter, the first one that came to my mind, it's not that strong. Addison Avenue. little play on Jordan Addison and Addison Avenue in New York. I don't know. It can be better. It can be better. All right, let's spin the wheel here to get rolling. We got 9 entrants here to kick us off. Like I said, if you're trickling in later, if you feel to drop it in, once you put the hashtag in, you'll be eligible to win throughout the duration of the show. So no need to do the hashtag more than once. Let's see who's going to be our first guest today on the Bash. Chris Riley. Chris Riley, a familiar face around the Bash. Shoot me your usual DM here, Chris, on X, and we will get you on stage here. Just got out of my work meeting. I know, Crutches. It was. It seemed like it was going to be you or Chris there. Good morning, kiss my third leg. Accusations of the Bash being rigged are already rolling in. If you aren't a YouTube member, you want to know how to be eligible for this. It truly is as simple as becoming a YouTube member. I know there's multiple levels for this show, and to get access to the chat and the drawing, any level. You could be the cheapest one. I think it's randomizer royalty. I will say, though, if you are in the Best Ball Value Hounds tier, one of the higher tiers, that's going to get you access to all of the After Dark shows. Historically, the After Dark shows are kind of evergreen conversations with friends from around the industry. Did recent ones with JJ Zacharyson, Nick Ercolano, Kendall Valenzuela. Lately, they have become an extension of the So You Think You Can Tout universe. We had a episode last week where we gave kind of honest reviews of everyone's submissions in the contest. The week before that, we had the classic roll on the Toxic Tower crew. But we will continue to pump out that premium content for you YouTube members. Take advantage of that. All of those are available in the backlog as well. There he is.
How we doing?
What's up, man? What is up? Have you drafted any teams this year?
No, it's not. It's not cash game season just yet. So
Okay.
I haven't. I did a baseball. I put one in the dinger, and if Max Fried's elbow is okay, I have got a good shot. But
wow.
We'll
okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're dinger maxing.
I am dinger maxing.
All right. Let me get into my account here. We will be hopping in a Best Ball Mania draft. And yeah, man, what's new with you in your neck of the woods?
Not much. Was on the After Dark a couple nights ago. Definitely misjudged completely on the So That You Think You Can Tout video requirements, but it's cool. This show's awesome, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. But as the Pat Mayo episode was unfolding, I was like, oh, I whiffed completely on the requirements here.
Well, I mean, I think we did, did I can't even remember. Everything's a blur. Did yours get reviewed on the Mayo episode?
Did. Yeah, no, it was not on the Mayo episode. It was on the After Dark where you were giving feedback to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the creativity of your submission. I mean, I do genuinely want to know the story behind the girlfriend thing.
So we had been
Give
dating.
people context for what you said in your submission too, so they know.
My truth serum was that she wouldn't admit it either because she's awesome, lovely person. Wish the best to her. But I'm pretty sure my last girlfriend broke up with me because of fantasy football. So this was 3 seasons ago. And the fantasy championship fell on New Year's Eve. And it was very hard to schedule around that. So like contrary to the character I was portraying in the So You Think You Can Tout, I've been playing in my home league for like 20 years and have still never won it. And so I was like, respectfully, I have to watch football today, like at least for a little bit. And so we had some plans, and she just watched me like slowly, death by 1,000 paper cuts, lose the fantasy championship for about 9 straight hours. And then the next day was like, you were miserable to be around. We lasted a couple months after that, but I think she was not willing to sign up for another season worth of that.
It's a hard, I mean, and this is kind of an element for anyone who's dating later in life, right? Like you become such a more fully formed person. You have your hobbies, you have your ways of doing things. And then whoever you're dating, like you want them to be able to be adaptable to your lifestyle and the things you like to do. I feel like I'm thankful in that I had already met my wife before my fantasy football interest became an obsession. So it was like the water that you turn to a slow boil and you toss the frog into, and they never know to jump out because it's just turning up at such a slow clip.
That's right.
Whereas you just threw her into a boiling pot of water and she immediately jumped out. I think that was your issue.
Yeah, it also didn't help that Harrison Bucker dropped 24 points that day from the kicker position. And then I had the nuts in the late game with Jordan Love, who threw 3 touchdowns. It's just 2 of them went to Jaden Reed, who my opponent had. Had literally
quick, Puka, Jonathan Taylor, or Christian McCaffrey here?
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, with no hesitation. I mean, you could have given just the slightest, a microscopic value hound howl on Puka Nacua sliding to 5, but you passed that up.
Is it slappy to think that Puka is such just a volatile person at this point that I'd rather now the irony in saying you don't want the volatile pick and taking Christian McCaffrey, but like I don't know. The range of outcomes for Puka seems quite wide this season.
For sure. Yeah. I've been kind of just playing it by ADP there. I have so much JSN early that Puka Nacua looked like a shiny new toy to me there when he was available. But structurally, we talked about it a bunch yesterday on Ship Chasing. It does feel better to get at least one running back through 2 rounds, if not a couple of them there. Rickadoozle wants to know, do you have a new girlfriend now or are you solo maxing?
I do. She's lovely. And when I got eliminated from the fantasy playoffs this year, she brought me flowers, which was really nice. So,
whoa. So she is clearly way more on board with your fantasy football obsession.
I wouldn't say on board in that she, I have kept the distance. Like it wasn't on a holiday this year, so we weren't spending the whole day together as I lost, which I think was nice. I think that was the issue last time.
You don't strike me though. I mean, like you strike me as someone who would spend a lot of time on it, but you don't strike me as someone who would be like losing their mind or punching a hole in the drywall because a call got overturned on one of your players. Or am I misreading you?
No, that is the correct read. It was more just it's so over, we're so back for like 9 straight hours and just being kind of a curmudgeon for the entire next day and ruining someone's New Year's. So I think I'm at the point where I just don't, unless I have like a really good sweat and it's legitimately, a prize that I would feel excited to tell my wife about, that I'm just not bringing it up. It's just like, we're going to have our Sunday. I'm going to keep this compartmentalized unless I have a chance to win $40,000 in the BR and it feels like it's a decent chance. Then I will bring you into that sweat for better or worse. That's what I try to do as well. Let's see. Who do we have here?
Yeah. So Trey McBride, Rashi Rice, Omari, and Hampton by Solver suggestions. You got Neighbors, Jeremiah Love.
I think Trey McBride will go full.
Are you McBride over Brock Bowers?
Honestly, either, but let's go Bowers. Let's have some fun. If his ADP is higher, let's go Bowers.
Yeah, it's a little higher. I think at this point, and I don't know how much of it is groupthink versus good analysis, but the concerns about the quarterback situation, specifically what the offense could look like with Carson Beck under center for the fantasy playoffs, which the odds indicate he will be starting. Jesus. I mean, I wrote about it in the Fantasy Life newsletter. Like even our projections team is only projecting Jacoby Brissett for 10 or 11 starts. So Carson Beck is coming, and what that means for Trey McBride is definitely a conversation we need to have every time we're debating selecting him in the second round.
Yeah, and like even if Fernando Mendoza is just baseline competent, like I don't know if that's even the floor of Carson Beck. Like the floor of Carson Beck is like there's zero fantasy value to be had in that offense.
Yeah. Yep. And we certainly were spoiled with the Jacoby Brissett experience last year. And I do think it's important to know there are sobering alternatives. We start with Christian McCaffrey and Brock Bowers. Josh Jacobs comes off the board. We have future New England Patriot A.J. Brown, Breece Hall versus the Vikings in Week 17, ETN, Devontae Smith, Olave. Who do you like?
Got to go A.J. Brown. I'm like the lone A.J. Brown truther still left in Philadelphia. Like he's just an amazing player. Like I don't think the fans here are very tired of him. And I'm like,
yeah,
be careful what you wish for, getting rid of a guy that talented.
It does strike me as one of those situations where all parties will probably benefit from a change.
I think so.
He is very talented, but it seems like he has just made up his mind in his head that he does not want to play there anymore. And I think he's a little naive in thinking everything is just going to be, peaches and rainbows in New England, and that his life is going to be so much better and he's going to get 14 targets a game and be the focal point of the offense. Because I think New England has similar tendencies as Philadelphia's. They're going to do what is best to win football games. If that's running the ball a ton, if that's spreading the ball out, whatever it is. Like, I don't know if A.J. Brown, I think he's lying to himself if he thinks he's just waltzing into that much bigger of a target share. I
mean, Drake May does throw over the middle of the field, so that is one benefit he'll have to playing here in Philly.
But yeah, I mean, it's the Eagles have certainly loaded up for their contingency plan. It started with Wicks, Hollywood Brown, Stowers, Lemon. They're throwing the kitchen sink at the A.J. Brown sized hole in the offense.
I get the sense that this is hey, Jalen Hurts, hey, Nick Sirianni, you got to do it this year or else we're going to really start to explore other options, which is crazy to think about because they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. But
Jasper says, I finally relented and became an official member, no longer a lurker, drafting in the 11 hole here. Welcome, Jasper. Looks like you started out nicely here with Lamb in 3 straight running backs. We have started with Christian McCaffrey, Brock Bowers, and future New England Patriot A.J. Brown, about to pick at 4-8. Best available by ADP is Igbuka, Burden, Bucky, Evans, Henderson. Solver likes Adams, Burden, McLaurin. What does Chris like?
I like Burden. I think I'm just in on the Bears again this year. Like I just think the next step comes. I think Colston Loveland's going to destroy. If that offense is good, Luther Burden's probably going to lead the team in targets.
Matthew says that A.J. Brown's an alpha male in a post-alpha world. Wow. Wow. Yep. J. Mike says, I think A.J. Brown wants a functional offense. New England does that. Feel like AJB was being mischaracterized.
That's the weirdest part about the discourse around A.J. Brown in Philadelphia is he's never really been wrong. Like has he gone about it the wrong way? Yes. But has he ever said anything totally incorrect? I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, I'm a bit biased, but.
Yeah, maybe if you had, a Key and Peele style Obama angry translator for a translator for A.J. Brown's pouting, it would just be, I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good of a quarterback, and I hate that he can't get me the ball more precisely and more regularly.
I would agree. And I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. You can win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. You can make multiple. But if you're an alpha receiver in a post-alpha world, you want the ball more than 4 times a game.
Man, what a bar. An alpha receiver in a post-alpha world. The times are changing. Christian McCaffrey, A.J. Brown, Luther Burden, Brock Bowers here. 2 running backs available that I like, Montgomery and Swift. Swift pairs with Burden. Montgomery, I think, is just a strong pick. Both of them available. Waddle, Lamar Jackson also in the mix.
I would say let's go Swift, set up some stacking. Maybe Caleb can come back at the end.
Yep. I think my gun to head in a vacuum, I certainly prefer Montgomery. ETR and the solver both gave the nudge to Swift there, I think, with that team level correlation. Mm-hmm. Let's check in on Caleb's ADP. It's at 70.4. Our next selections will be at 60, 8 and 77. So that'll be an interesting decision. And then let's look behind us. The 1 hole has Rome. So if we're getting ahead of thinking this through, he's probably not going to pass on Caleb twice at or around ADP with Rome. So we'll have to make the decision if we want him at 60, 68 or to let him go.
Okay. That's fine with me.
All right, we got Give Daddy a Spike, last week's guest. Thanks for the kind shout out. I'm 15 minutes behind. I can only watch while my code is compiling at work, and I'll be paused half the time. I love that. You know, the bash is important, but ultimately code is what rules all. So I can certainly appreciate that. If you guys missed it last week, enjoyed talking to Give Daddy a Spike. And we are go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what have you noticed in drafts so far? Because like I haven't totally been keeping up. Like what are people doing? I fell asleep to the pod you were on for ETR, but
thank you. What an endorsement.
It's a lullaby.
Did that post today?
Last night, I think it came out. So I got about 20 minutes in, and then I was out. But
yeah, that one for I hopped on with Levitan and Herzig to do their annual ranking the structural draft strategies. We also talked about it a good bit yesterday on Ship Chasing because we were predicting what the winning structure will be for this year's Best Ball Mania lineup. And, you know, all of the discourse starts and ends with how hard it is to find really strong running backs after rounds 4 or 5. It is a very bleak landscape for running back 2s, rookie running backs, the ambiguous backfield situations we normally like to capitalize on. And that kind of dictates all of the other decision-making in drafts. That said, I like how we've handled this here. Swift, McCaffrey, we're on the clock. We can also do May. We can choose between those two. We probably should take a quarterback here, though.
I would say on the off chance that AJ Brown is not a Patriot, which is low, I think Caleb Williams. And Caleb also might run a little more than Drake May this year.
Yeah, let's do it. We also know that 1 hole is not passing on Caleb. There's a small chance that none of these drafters would actually, that flies out the window. A user named Buttnut69. Let me make sure I say that louder for the people in the back. Buttnut69 took Drake May with Trevion Henderson.
Do the people at Underdog ever get nervous when there is a truly vile username that is like flirting with winning a big contest? And they're like, are we really going to have to tweet out Buttnut69 won Best Ball Mania?
I think that there's an old meme that has gone around in the Discord and on Twitter a little bit, which is when Josh Norris was doing some of the actual promotions for, I think it was either like the second Best Ball Mania winner or third. They had done a video series. And so people would do edits on pretending Josh Norris did have to say the BBM 7 champion, Buttnut69. I think they would probably be fine with it in text form. I think they'd live with it, but they probably wouldn't be rushing to produce videos where Hayden Winks had to say Buttnut69 a bunch.
Fair.
Yeah.
But
everybody's rooting for it. Like the entire community really wants it to happen. Okay. Back on the clock here. A couple good running back options in Warren and Pollard. Metcalf, Sutton, and Addison would be the wide receiver options.
Let's go Pollard. Yeah, the Steelers offense horrifies me.
We grab Pollard. So the team right now, we have 3 running backs, McCaffrey, Swift, and Pollard. We do have Brock Bowers at tight end. We got our 2 wide receivers in rounds 3 and 4, AJ Brown and Burden. And we do have that stack with the Bears, Caleb Williams there. So pretty balanced here through 7 rounds. How you feeling knocking the rust off your best ball drafting skills?
Good. Feels like a highly projected team, which is, you know, that's what I'm here for.
There you go. That's all he wants. Just give me the projections, you know, get me those bankable touches. Because back in the olden days, we would get queasy with DeAndre Swift and Tony Pollard here. We would say this is typical dead zone range. We are paying for volume on aging running backs who have backfield competition from younger, more spry backs. this is a trap. But in this day and age, in a post-alpha world, we look for alphas of any age.
That's right. I will say it did make me laugh going on the So You Think You Can Tout website. I think my rating was like 5.1 from the community. I'm like, yeah, you got to win 51% of your head-to-heads to break even.
Wait, is that true? Let's go see.
Last I checked.
All right. We did do a little freshening up to the website, so you can now see who's available in the competition still, the people who have gotten lock status, the contenders, and then the eliminated here. Chris Riley, let's see what the fans did. Yeah, 5.1. That is very apropos for the Cash Game King right there.
That's right.
So what, I mean, you know, we've already kind of talked about your submission and maybe what you could have done better, but like from a real perspective, is getting into touting, making content, is that something you want to do?
I don't know. I've dabbled in quite a few types of like media creation, like a DJ around Philly every once in a while. I've got like a fully produced YouTube video on my channel where we did like a scavenger hunt on vacation. I do a lot of writing. I think I just like to keep all those muscles flexed. And I thought this was a good way to do that. And also I actually just applied to be on the John Boy trivia channel and like a fan game, and I built like a whole database of all of their categories games that you can like search.
Nice.
And,
yeah. Real
We're
quick,
on the clock. Yeah.
Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Ricky Pearsall, Harvey here as well. What do you like?
Addison.
All right, Jordan Addison playing the Jets in Week 17. Also, did the chat confirm for us? Is it Bears Lions Week 17, guys? Is that confirmed? Also, so yeah, I mean, because that's what like part of your submission was showing that you have gotten involved with a lot of your favorite shows, whether it's the Bash, whether it's writing into Living the Stream, all of that. I think that's important to ask yourself of like, you know, do I want to be, and I don't say this as a pejorative, but like a super fan and like really engage in the content you enjoy, or do you want to branch out beyond that, make your own content, come up with your own premises, not just be, you know, play off of and riff what other people are doing?
Yeah, no. And I think that's something you think about too. I actually just thinking through like shows I've gotten on, I think the best I ever did was I called into Daniel Tosh's new podcast, and it was like, it was like a line where you're supposed to call and sell yourself to his like wife's cousin to be a like romantic partner. And I just called in and asked him what he thought of Tua for the upcoming season, which was really, really good.
What were his thoughts?
He thought Tua was going to take him to the promised land. And then last season happened.
Wow. All right. We're about to pick at 101 here. Jacoby Myers is the ADP faller. We're in good shape positionally. There's some quarterbacks here. Josh Downs as well. Who do you like?
Let's scoop the value. Let's take Jacoby.
Everything I knew about you would have been a lie if the Cash Game King didn't take Jacoby Myers, the most Cash Game King ass player of all time, past ADP. I mean, that was too perfect.
That was the other big, like as soon as I submitted my application, I was like, I have screenshots of me beating Pete and Cash like multiple times. I should have put those in. Now they wouldn't have worked, obviously, because that was not the way to do well in the competition. But that was the other big whiff that I realized.
And I think, you know, if we are gaming it out, say you had maybe done your submission a little differently, made those tweaks, got on the radar, I think then the next note would have been, okay, you have a very monotone voice. You have very consistent energy levels. Is there more range there? Can we see what a worked up Chris looks like? Can we see what a passionate Chris looks like? Do you have that gear, or is what you see what you get? No,
I do. It takes some to get it out, but I think I would have been able to. I'm trying to think of a good. Do not get me started on the process and the Sixers and that entire colossal failure like that.
You don't trust the process?
Dude, Sam Hinckley is the most arrogant loser in the history of like professional sports. The manifesto was the most self-aggrandizing, like Like, hey, here's why I was theoretically right as I get fired for being horrible at my job. Like, Joel Embiid, you can never rely on. I'm honestly kind of shocked they fired
So is it
Daryl
more
Morey.
just the tone in which he delivered it, or do you disagree with the premise that in the NBA you have to bottom out and find a way to acquire superstars, specifically in markets that aren't going to attract big-time free agents otherwise?
I don't know if I disagree with the premise. I disagree with the fact of proudly coming out and saying we are losing on purpose because that's the best way to do it. Like, you don't create a environment conducive to winning when you prioritize losing and are proud of it. Like, it's pathetic. At the end of the day, it's a pathetic way to live if you're proud of how bad you are.
I think the flip side would be fans would be like, don't lie to us. Don't tell us you're trying when you are clearly with all of your actions not trying. Like, don't fans appreciate authenticity? Isn't that why? Hang on, this is a fun conversation. Yeah. Aaron Jones, Khalil Shakur, Jordan Mason. We should also keep eyes on quarterback stuff later as well. What would you like to do here?
Let's do Aaron Jones.
All right,
no, that's all right.
It's fine.
I don't trust Aaron Jones for a full season, but it's okay.
I mean, we don't trust any. I don't think there's a single running back we've drafted that we should trust to stay healthy for a full season. Christian McCaffrey, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, and Aaron Jones.
That's true.
But what I was going to say is, like, juxtaposing it with, say, the Rossini and Vrabel situation. Why has this blown up so much? It's because they tried to lie to us and play us as fools. They kept trying to tell us that that it would be laughable to infer this as anything otherwise. It was like, you guys are fucking madly in love. Stop lying to us and everyone will stop caring. So I guess the side would be if Hinkie lies to us and it's like, yeah, we're really trying while trading away every win now piece, it'd be like, don't bullshit us, dude.
But when you tear it down completely and tell everyone we are proudly doing this, we are losing on purpose to try and get, but you create these weird entitled fans who, and I live here. I'm not actually really much of an NBA fan, but I have to deal with the Sixers fans. Every Sixers fan thinks that they've won every theoretical championship since 2017. Like, it creates this horrible like expectation. We're
on the clock here. Coker would be a good setup, or we grab a naked quarterback like a Malik Willis.
Let's do Coker.
We'll get that other wide receiver. It'll set us up again for a Bryce Young potentially. The one thing we'll want to keep an eye out is this quarterback window. Our next two picks are at 140 and 149. We're running out of both starters and stackable options. We do have some correlated elements. Cam Ward with Tony Pollard, obviously Young with Jalen Coker, Mendoza with Brock Bowers. So those are kind of on our short list right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I can see how it would be frustrating. I think the NBA is just such a unique sport with the way the smaller market franchises work out. And I do think his approach has, started a movement. Like, I think he gets credit for kind of popularizing that thing. And then it's on the league, right? Now it's Adam Silver's issue.
Oh, he's a horrible leader.
Yeah.
But yes, agreed. I think it's loser behavior, and I don't think loser behavior should ever be rewarded.
I like that. You come from the Adams Levitan school of play like a champion, no excuses.
That's right.
It's just that purgatory for a sports franchise is also a pretty brutal spot to be in.
Oh yeah, I know. But the NBA has so many design flaws too as a sport, because one player can make such an impact, and like the way the contracts work, it's essentially you can just keep a player forever. So and
like, my cousin's going through it with his Trailblazers right now too, where it was like they built up some assets they've been, ostensibly taking, but then he said, all right, we got to win now. I'm bringing in Drew Holiday. We're bringing in some veteran presence, so these young guys actually know how to win and have that. Dalton Kincaid, Jalen McMillan, Omar Cooper. I don't want to take McMillan, but we got to do quarterback here. Should we get Young?
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually you have to tell the fans we're committed to winning. And that hybrid approach can be tough if you're not really savvy with the salary cap and you hit on a draft pick or two. But yeah, you can't drag people through the wilderness of the process for 5+ years. At some point, the process is broken.
Exactly. And I think also the process latching itself to the least reliable good player in like modern American sports was also probably a pretty dumb idea. I mean, Joel Embiid plays half the games, and whenever the moment is big, he's hurt. So
I did, I went to one NBA playoff game this year. A few weeks ago, I went to the Celtics Sixers game, and it was that game that turned the series around for the Sixers. I think they were down 2-1, and they went to Boston, and like Embiid played awesome. And I was like, oh, I flipped a coin, and I got to see him on the night he played. And he
exactly.
played
well. Yeah. I've been to 2 Sixers games in the past 3 years, I want to say. The one game he played, he scored 70 points. And then the other game, he ducked me because he knew his biggest hater was in the building.
All right. We have a 2-4-5-1 here. I think kind of an interesting decision point just with the quarterback stuff. I feel like Caleb and Bryce is a pretty thin room here. I do think Mendoza even slightly ahead of ADP. I just always like my teams better when I lock up that third quarterback and then deal with the other positions later.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because you have a guy like Rashid Shaheed who's like an ADP value here, but what he brings to this squad relative to the third quarterback is just, it doesn't compare.
I agree. And Mendoza could give you the late hammer. Like you might not get much from him early, but the late season push could be what you
I think it'll be one of those like kids plastic hammers. I don't think it'll be an actual industrial grade hammer, but yes, potentially a very light hammer.
hey man, pocket passers have won many fantasy championships.
It's true. Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Fernando Mendoza. That's our quarterback room. Christian McCaffrey, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, the running backs, AJ Brown, Luther Burden, Addison, Jacoby, Jalen Coker, tight end Brock Bowers. I like this team, man. It's an old ass boomer running back room, but we have the correlation. We have the elite tight end. The wide receivers, I think, are distributed in a way where we have enough upside there. I think we're doing good. It's going to come down to the health of these olds.
Yeah, as my boomer father would say, Brock Bowers is your other running back. You only need a couple running backs because Brock Bowers is effectively a running back.
Wow, now Brock Bowers is that because we in the metaphorical sense of the amount of points he's going to score, because you think he's actually going to get goal line carries?
Yes. No. It's the old like boomer adage of like if you're destroying everyone at tight end, you effectively are getting a surplus value at running back.
What is up, Steven? And he enjoyed the show yesterday on ETR with Adam and Justin. Most of you best ball sickos are probably familiar with most of those concepts, but if you're like Chris, you're getting your feet wet for 2026 or you need a reminder, pretty good show going over the current ADP landscape and how that affects current structural strategies and what's possible and what's not. All right. Round 14, we have a 3-4-5-1. We're done at quarterback, so I'll tab that off. Never need to panic at tight end when you have Bowers. We're probably with this running back room too, we could probably be done unless another name really stands out. I do think Brian Robinson is like one of the last great picks at running back. Okay. Otherwise, we could start pivoting to some of these wide receivers. What do you like?
Let's go Brian Robinson. Let's just sort of get a little insurance because, I mean, if that is the ultimate late hammer if anything happens to Bijan, and then we can just sort of take a bunch of dart throws at receiver and hope a couple of them.
Here's what we're going to do. We have 4 more picks, but where did my giveaway go? Here we go. I apologize, guys, if this happened again. I might need you to put your name in the chat again. If it's only showing 4, so if you want to be eligible to draft after Chris, go ahead and just retype that hashtag in there, join the bash. I will do a spin right after our 16th round pick. All right, we are back on the clock here. Calvin Ridley, Jeremy Bernard, Hawkinson, if we want to keep going in on the Vikings, but definitely wide receiver or tight end here.
Let's do, might as well do Hawkinson.
Yep.
I've never once enjoyed picking TJ Hawkinson, so maybe this is the year.
Yeah, we're gonna keep. We don't have Kyler, but we have Hawk, we have Addison, we have Aaron Jones. We know that they're playing the Jets in Week 17. We don't have to force it, but I would start to feel pretty excited about making my first correlated bringback of 2026. So, little Adonai Mitchell later. Who knows?
As a Jets season ticket holder, I'd be happy to help you.
You're a Jets season ticket holder?
My dad, well, actually, technically, my mom is. That's a funny story. So my mom worked for a family as an in-home nanny, and she knew that one of their daughters was friends with someone involved with the Jets. And so when she and my dad got married, she wanted to get my dad tickets to a game. What she didn't realize was they were friends with Leon Hess's daughter or granddaughter, who was the owner at the time. So my mom technically got to jump the line and get tickets, season tickets in the end zone at the Meadowlands. And then we moved over to the new stadium a while ago. And so we're in the corner of the end zone for Jets games.
Incredible. How many of the games do you end up going to personally?
Not many anymore. When I lived at home, it was a lot, and when I was in college, but these days, I last year, I went to the Panthers game because that was the only team I hadn't seen yet in person. I used to be a lot more invested in the Jets than I am these days. I'm just I'm pretty jaded with regards to that. And I much prefer the enjoyment of fantasy as opposed to rooting for a team. I'm not a lone tree, bro.
Where do you live again? Remind me.
I'm in Philly. Yeah.
In Philly. Yeah. All right. We have 3 more picks. We have a 3-5-5-2. I think we're probably done at quarterback and running back unless a name really jumps out to us.
Yeah.
I do think, at least 2 wide receivers to get to 7. And then that last pick could be an 8th wide receiver. It could be a 6th running back. It could be a 3rd tight end.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. You're going to have to help me. I don't know the down here of the wide receivers.
Yeah.
I've not prepped that far yet.
I do think we're probably due for a little token rookie upside here.
Okay.
Solver and ETR have been very high on Jeremy Bernard. He's here.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best selection for us right now.
Works for me.
Let's grab Jeremy. Should have a clear path to being the wide receiver 3 there. In Pittsburgh, I know talking to the ETR projection guys, they are anticipating a lot more throwing, a lot more 3 wide receiver sets this year with both Pittman and Jeremy joining DK. So get a little upside juice here. From a correlated standpoint, let's see what's still left on Las Vegas and these other teams. Yeah, Naylor and Trey Tucker, those guys are gone. Those are always nice to be able to get with Mendoza. As far as Carolina, Brazel is the rookie they drafted, so he could be a late round dart throw. And then Chicago, I think we're probably tapped out here as well. Yeah.
Get some Brazel dazzle.
Yeah, so it comes down to, we could do Brazel and then kind of figure out what you'd want to do with that final selection.
Works for me.
The tight ends, I know one thing talking with Pat with their leg up sims, they seem to not mind 3 tight end builds, even with Bowers sometimes, if you're just getting the better bet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You want to do Brazel, though, to get us?
Yeah. Buy us some time.
Do some Brazel. So now we go back-to-back rookies. And my bad. I'm going to spin the wheel now. Whoever's name comes up will be following Chris here on the bash. Let's see who we got today. Willis.
OG.
Awesome. OG. Haven't had a chance to talk to Willis in a while, so this is absolutely perfect. Willis, shoot me a message, brother, and we'll get you on stage. Crutches, the king of getting slow rolled. The bridesmaid of the bash so far. All right, here's the squad as we head to our final selection. We're here drafting with Chris Riley, frequent bash guest, cash game grinder. So you think you can tout hopeful turned eliminated contestant. He just drafted Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Fernando Mendoza, Christian McCaffrey, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson. A.J. Brown, Luther Burden, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Jalen Coker, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazzell, and Brock Bowers and T.J. Hawkinson. Which positional direction do you think you want to go here?
Let's get one more receiver. You start 3. And you got to draft like you're right. So I'm not going to draft as if the running backs are going to get hurt.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think unless there's a bring back, we're thinking of Detroit opposite Chicago. I don't think we have Carolina or Las Vegas week 17 yet. If there was a jet for the big Minnesota stuff, it would be Adonai Mitchell, which I honestly don't hate.
I love it. Yeah.
It kind of accomplishes what you're actually trying to do with the bringbacks. Like, get us the volatile spike week guy that turns that game into more of a track meet.
Yep. And I think maybe it's a little biased, but I see a lot of scenarios where Geno Smith is in a lot of shootouts at the end of the year and still has enough left to be a guy that you need, and the Jets being guys that you need to really like make noise at the end of these tournaments.
All right, we're going to pull the trigger here. My first week 17 correlation of 2026, an Adonai Mitchell bring back on a 3 Minnesota Viking build. God, it feels good to be back. I feel like there should be streamers coming down from the rafters. The first week 17 correlation.
I don't have any.
Celebrate good times. All right.
Just do like
All right. There you go. All right. I'm going to get your final thoughts on this team. Then we're going to bring Willis on.
All right.
Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Fernando Mendoza, Christian McCaffrey, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, A.J. Brown, Luther Burden, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Jalen Coker, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazzell, Adonai Mitchell, Brock Bowers, and T.J. Hawkinson. How do you feel?
Feel good. Feels good to shake some rust off. And you know, God forbid anything happens to our running backs. This team's already a 0. Like our team was. I think the team we drafted together last year in BBM was dead like almost immediately. So,
yep. That's how it
that's
goes,
what you
man.
want, right? You want to finish last or first. You don't want to finish in the middle.
That is true. Very, very true. Always a pleasure chopping it up with you, Chris. We will see you around, and good luck with everything.
I'll be around. Thanks, Pete.
All right. Peace. All right. There he is. The man, the Deposit Kingdom. I wasn't going to say myth because you are more than just a myth. You are a legend. Willis, we're going to draft a Best Ball Mania team today. How you doing?
Doing great, Pete. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I got you. Good. You
Nice.
a little lunch break right now?
Yeah, you know, same as always. So, you know, hopefully I'll have better signal than the last time I was on. I got a new phone, so.
Are you still on Team Android?
Yeah, of course. Always. I've been on Team Droid since the OG Droid.
That's what I like to hear. You know, it's tough out there for us. You know, we still are persecuted for our phone choices.
Yeah, well, eventually people will realize the good side.
They better. So what's new with you, man? How you been?
I've been good, you know. Nothing much new, just work, and the daughter's getting ready to finish kindergarten next week.
Whoa.
So excited for summer break and everything.
Is she going to do like a bunch of camps and stuff this summer, or what do you do now for summer break?
Yeah, we're taking her to like this like gymnastics camp to where they'll get to like swim, and they'll do some like even like horseback riding like twice a week, and then you know they'll just be inside like doing kid stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look who joined our draft. One Mr. Davis Maddock.
Wow.
We have the 7 hole here. Willis, is this your first Best Ball Mania team of the year, or do you have any under your belt?
I think I definitely know I have at least one. I've done a few. I've mostly just been sticking to like the puppies. You know, conserving the bankroll.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you want to do here at 1-7. We'll see what this Mountaineers user before us does. He goes Taylor, so we're looking at Christian McCaffrey or the grouping of wide receivers, or anybody else if you want to get spicy.
No, I think we just got to go CMC. So
all right, it's a CMC kind of day. Back-to-back drafts here, starting with CMC.
No.
Not too shabby there. I'm going to get my exposure synced here just so we can kind of see what we're working with. What's the as kind of the legend of the Deposit Kingdom Discord, what's good in there these days? You're my eyes in the server. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's going good. I don't feel like we have had too many issues. Other than a little beefing here and there between some contestants, maybe. But all in good fun.
Yeah. So you think you can tout that is the most recent new addition within the Discord as far as the channel, and I think it's fun from the perspective of there's all the OG people who've already in the Discord. A lot of them did apply to the contest, but now you have some of these new people coming in who haven't been regulars in the Discord that are just there for that channel. And it's kind of a lightning rod of conversation across those different demographics.
Yeah, it's been good to have a new channel in the Discord, and bring some new blood into it as well. It'll be interesting to see them branch out and get involved in other areas.
Real quick, Willis, Omarion Hampton, Chase Brown, Malik Neighbors, Rashi Rice. Who do you like? Quick.
Brown.
Got him. We start Christian McCaffrey and Chase Brown here. Permission to grab a seltzer here, Willis. I'm feeling parched.
Yeah, go for it.
How long do you normally get on your lunch break?
I normally just will heat up food and eat at my desk and just try to get work done. So it all depends. I don't really have a set time. I don't have to clock in or out or anything like that. So
that's nice. I like it. Davis is in this draft and you're giving big State Farm vibes in that red polo is what I'm noticing.
Yeah. It's a good thing, I don't have any khakis on and, aren't planning a trip to Target or anything.
Yes. That would be devastating for you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give, we do the coffee pours on Monday. Should I give the people a little seltzer ASMR bottle top opening?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
that's a real nice bottle opener you got there, by the way.
You know what this is about. A little randomizer bottle opener for sure.
That's right.
All right, let's see if I can do this. Kind of weak, but hopefully you got something out of that.
You got a nice little pop there.
Oh, would you say a pop, Willis?
Yeah, maybe.
All right,
you just need 3 of them in a row.
That's right. We're on the clock here. ETN, Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Kyron Williams, Ted Arroyo, Higgins. Who do you like?
Devonta Smith. Love Devonta Smith this year.
Here we go. Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Devonta Smith. That's the start. Have there been in some of the puppy drafts or drafts you've done, are there any angles you've been trying to accomplish or player targets? Not really, not specifically. I kind of just have been, just vibing it, just drafting, just getting a feel for the landscape for this year, and just seeing where people have guys ranked and everything. Yeah.
Down in the purple names channel, as some like to refer in the Discord, Davis made a comment yesterday about really liking Malik Willis, and I hate to fade a guy with the name Willis, but there's 5 QBs going after him that I'd probably take before Malik. So
okay,
that's probably my one big stand that I have right now.
All right, I like it. Go Easy Cards wants to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your level of awesome, Willis?
Man, I'm always at a 10.
What's the origin story to that username?
So I was like, my nickname from college is Willis. I got it because my actual name is William, so it's pretty close anyway.
Real quick.
Um,
Real quick.
Oh.
Igbuka, Lad, Burden, Bucky, Evans, Scatabo, JMO.
Lad.
All right, keep going.
I got it from running in college. This guy I was just a freshman out at cross country camp, and I was just saying, just some wild stuff and everything. And this guy just goes, "What you talking about, Willis?"
Oh yeah.
And then he just goes, "I'm just gonna call you Willis," and it just kind of stuck, and it's became I've had ever since then. And then I never really got on like Twitter when it first started. I'm like at your age, and so back then it was just all about like MySpace and Facebook and everything. And I didn't see the need for Twitter. I was just like, if I want to put 140 characters out there in the world, I'll just put it on Facebook. And I was just one night just super drunk with friends, and they were all like, "Oh, you got to get on Twitter. You got to get on Twitter." And so I just finally decided to get on Twitter and make a name, and I just made it Willis is awesome because I was super drunk and I was like, I'm awesome.
Hey, that's a great origin story. All right, we're on the clock. McLaurin's the slight ADP. Fowler, DeAndre Swift here, Judkins, Rome, Watson, Tate.
Let's go McLaurin.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then hopefully one of the QBs will come back to us.
Yeah, Hurts ADP is 69. Nice. Jaden 65. We pick at 66. So yeah, we should be good to scoop up one of those guys.
Yeah. And then ironically, my YouTube handle and my was Twitch as well before used to be like something different. Because it's more like gaming focused, so I had it as my like Xbox Live gamer tag. But with everything coming out, people were all like, "Oh, you got to have your Twitter, your Discord, your YouTube, Twitch." They go, it needs to all be like the same name if you ever like get into like making content and everything. And so thankfully, like no one had taken it across a lot of those things, and so I got to make the switch, and it's been about 13 years. I've never started making content, but maybe that'll change.
Love it. I mean, you are a prolific content consumer. I mean, obviously in the fantasy stuff, but I feel like you watch a ton of different stuff, other genres of stuff as well, right?
Yeah, I watch like pretty much other than like tech type stuff and everything. Like I'm super big into like gaming, and I watch some of like the like vloggers and stuff like that as well. So Hurts if he's there.
Here? Yeah, he is. Yeah, Daniels went, but we got Hurts. Yeah, I feel like if I ever needed to get a digest of, the metas or what's going on YouTube, I think I would go to you. I feel like you're always on top of all the streamers across multiple different verticals.
Yeah. Don't tell my employer, but I got 3 screens and, 4 if I count my phone. But normally one of those has something on it. So,
Yep. What, as someone, are you now that So You Think You Can Tell kind of universe is expanding? We got some up and comer streamers. Have you checked anybody out that maybe wasn't on your radar before?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of people, that I've started like watching their content and everything. Even like, the guys that have been around before, like the Toxic Tower guys and everything. Like I've known of them, I've known Emo since he's been in the Deposit Kingdom, and I've known of BBG and PPR Tyler. I've gotten recommended their videos. I didn't constantly like watch them or anything. No offense, guys. I'm sorry.
Willis, you're too kind. It's okay to say that you haven't watched every single piece of content on the internet. We will cut you some slack.
So, but like I've been, watching a lot of their stuff here lately. I got gifted a membership to their Toxic Tower channel, so I've been in their Discord a little bit and everything, and it's been a fun place. So, good guys.
We're on the clock. You could do Justin Herbert with Ladd if you want to get ahead on quarterback. Jaden Reed, Sutton, Parker Washington. What do you think?
Let's do the Herbert. Let's just be done at QB. Have 2 stacked up.
Yep.
I know this goes a little bit against what you said. Technically, it dropped this morning on the video with Levitan and Herzig. If anyone hasn't checked it out, they really should. Is a lot of good stuff where you guys rank the different strategies for the year.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is, and this is actually what Jacob was talking about, his favorite strategy this year on ship chasing, where you get the 2 quarterbacks and you get the kind of premium ones here in round 6 and 7. You get Hurts, you get Herbert, you shut it down, you free up those roster spots. You don't have to be, in the stampede trying to get those quarterbacks between picks 100 and 140.
Yeah.
I do not get this reference, but I will dare to ask it. Is he a Northern Lion head?
I don't watch a lot of Northern Lion, but I have watched some of his videos. So, all
right.
I do know Northern Lion.
What kind of content is he?
He's like a variety type guy. I always see.
Real quick, sorry.
Oh,
Michael Wilson, Godwin, Rico Dowdle, Harold Fannin all look like the best options here.
You know what? Let's go with our duck-footed king.
Boom! I think I got it in time. Got him.
Always got to draft a Falcon when you can.
That's right. Mark has another question. Does Willis have the bandwidth to keep up with Love is Blind Poland? Are you in the reality TV space internationally?
I am not. I do not watch the Love is Blind stuff. I don't watch like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. Back when I was in like high school and in the early days of Survivor and Big Brother, I was super into like those shows, The Real World, Road Rules, all that type of stuff. I don't watch Survivor too much anymore. So I know it's like the 50th season and everything right now. But
yeah, it's funny, man. I in the past 6 months, for the first time, like it used to be like when I'm watching TV, I'm watching, TV, a show, Netflix, HBO, whatever. Occasionally now I've gone to YouTube when I don't have the inspiration, and really started to enjoy watching a 10 to 20 minute thing on just some random subject that's really well produced that gets recommended. And that was like a big change for me, because before it's like I'm just going to the traditional vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch like much TV anymore, and everything, like a lot of the content that I consume is just really all like YouTube or live streaming on Twitch and everything. So there hasn't been like too many shows that have came out recently that have kept my interest. So
would you like to double stack Herbert with QJ? Myers is here.
Yeah.
Dobbins.
Yeah, QJ for sure.
Let's do it. I haven't gotten much QJ this year. I love getting him here past ADP stacked up with Herbert.
Yeah, that's awesome to get that double stack.
QJ, Justin Herbert, and Ladd. We also have Christian McCaffrey and Chase Brown, our only 2 running backs, but we did get the 2 early. We have Devontae Smith and Terry McLaurin in there as well. We do have the Hurts stack with Devontae, and then Harold Fannin. So, I mean, we have upside at all 4 positions right now.
Yeah, I love it right now.
J Mike wants to know if you have a prediction for the draft structure that will win BBM this year. He's referencing the exercise we discussed on ship chasing yesterday.
So I would probably say I think a 2-6-7-3 will be the yeah.
I think we're on track to draft a 2-6-7-3 in this draft, Willis. So it might be just destiny.
You got to call your shot.
All right, we are on the clock. Michael Pittman, Dallas Goedert, Aaron Jones, Kittle also here. If you want to double up on Niners, what do you like?
Yeah, let's go Kittle.
I think Kittle makes a ton of sense. I always like him, and then we should probably keep an eye on the running backs just because we know this can get wiped clean pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was thinking about JCM there, but I feel like just Kittle's too cheap for a guy who should be ready and back by like week 8, and is one of like the top 5 tight ends in the league. So
I'm all on board with that take, man. I think Kittle's just such an awesome pick in this range. And again, with Fannin and Kittle, I think we could potentially rock 2 tight ends if we need.
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see. Here's the squad so far. Hurts and Herbert, McCaffrey and Brown, Devontae, Ladd, McLaurin, QJ, Fannin, and George Kittle.
Who are the running backs coming up?
Yeah, we are looking at the Kenny Gainwell, the Jordan Mason, the Rashad White, Jonathan Brooks, Tyrone Tracy. That's kind of a tier, and then you get into the Jonah Coleman, Keaton Mitchell stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely feel like we need to get one of those guys.
Yeah, and they are coming off. You know what? Is Buttnut 69 in the chat? Is Buttnut 69 in all these drafts? He just double tapped running backs. These are getting wiped out. If Rashad White falls to us here, that would be very nice, I think. He did. I don't know if you like Rashad White. Tyrone Tracy is here as well, but probably should take a running back.
I'd rather go Tracy.
Okay.
I'm not a big Scatabo guy.
Okay.
So
all right. I like that. We can play a little early season as well if he's not good to go or something like that. I can dig it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't need him early season. Hopefully he'll just take over that backfield, or maybe us zero RB bros will finally get some of the RB attrition that we expect to happen, and maybe Tracy will benefit from that and be the guy we need.
Yep, we got McCaffrey, Chase Brown, and Tracy. We will have to pull some running back sleepers out of our hat here down the home stretch. 2, 3, 4, 2. The one thing about like the Kittle selection when you take Fannin, it's like, you look at Goddard and Gadsden, both stacked up tight ends with us. It's like maybe we take that one back if we could.
Yeah, maybe probably should have been a JCM pick.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Let's see here. I think we still can go 3 tight ends. Like if we want to do the Goddard thing, he's a right at ADP and stacked up. There's also a bunch of wide receivers here. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go Goddard. Let's get that double stack and everything. And I'm not worried about Eli Stowers like other people are.
No, nothing to be worried about there. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to spin here we're going to be able to do one more draft after Willis. I will give you guys until after our 13th round pick to spin. So if you guys have shown up late and you want to get your name in the drawing, just type the hashtag #JoinTheBash in the chat, and I will spin here after our next pick, and we'll get another guest ready to roll after Willis. All right, Do you have any sleepers in mind at running back?
I honestly don't, so I'm trying to think them through. It's it definitely gets barren out there. So
Okay.
but
Let's
we just gotta hope CMC and Chase Brown stay healthy, and all you need is two.
All you need is two. Some say all you need is love, but what they don't realize is all you need is two. That's what Deanna Rossini said, right, Willis?
Hey, it takes two to make love.
It sure does. It sure does. All right, here we go. We're about to pick at 13. We have a 2-3-4-3. We're done at quarterback. We're done at tight end. We're going to have to get creative here. The running back options, just so you know, by ADP, we're looking at Woody Mark, Sharbs, Algier, Spears, Brian Robinson, Sampson.
I really like Sharbs.
All right. Yeah, talk to me on Sharbs.
He's not healthy right now, but he should be good to go later in the season when bye weeks and stuff start to happen, and that's when we're going to need him most. So it's
right.
similar to like the Kittle bet and everything.
Yeah. If we can hang on here, and then we start to supercharge this team with Kittle, with Sharbs, we get Tracy to cover for Sharbs early. We get Goddard and Fannin to cover for Kittle. I can see the vision here. Welcome, Nice and Blunt, new YouTube member, entering the mix right away here. And shout out Purple Yosh, gifting a YouTube membership with the caveat he does not want to see a recognizable mug on here. He says, let's get some fresh blood in the street. So let it be known, Yosh is sick of all of you guys who have been on here before. All right. After this pick, I'll do our spin. But yeah, let's check this out, Willis. 2-4-4-3. I'll keep it on running backs and wide receivers. Woody Marks, Algier, Spears, a little Stribling there. Brian Robinson, Sampson, Tesla. Anything you're noticing?
Yeah, I feel like Stribling would be a great pick, stack him up with Kittle.
Yep. Let's do it. The other, I'm thinking of just any other correlated bets late for this team. A Trey Harris, if you wanted to go crazy on the Chargers. Tank Bigsby on a Jalen Hurts team could make some sense.
Yeah, Bigsby would make a lot of sense. I like him.
All right, we'll grab Stribling here. It looks like Karain has gotten to you. You've been convinced by the Stribling propaganda?
I guess so. It's just like some really good arguments. Like he was drafted 33rd overall. Like we haven't seen a wide receiver, who had that type of draft capital be going this late since like we were all happy to get Garrett Wilson in the 10th round.
All right, there you go. Shout out Mark as well, getting in the mix with a gifted membership. Thank you, sir. Purple Yosh making sure to let the favorites around here know that he wasn't coming after him. He did not intend it quite that way, but that quite, Willis is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sense. We're going to spin again. Who's going to be our final guest on the Bash today? Hopping on after Willis to draft a Best Ball Mania team with me. Good luck to everyone. Josh, unfortunately for Yosh, a familiar face there. Josh, shoot me a DM, brother.
Too bad Nice and Blunt didn't get that new subscriber bump that normally happens.
I know.
I was waiting to see his name.
Nice and Blunt, I know. If the StreamYard algorithm ever becomes sentient, I'm sure it will bias itself to smoking related puns, and that at that point it'll be the heyday for someone like Nice and Blunt. All right, Willis, at 15-7 here, Ayuk, Debo, Trey Harris, some of the running backs, Singleton, Mike Washington, Emmett Johnson, Kamara, Cooper Kupp would be another name in here. What do you think?
Let's go Singleton.
Got it. Nicholas Singleton, get us a rookie in this room here. Think he can?
Yeah,
win
I know.
that job?
Maybe it's possible to see. Again, he's another guy coming back from an injury. But he should have, if he was able to compete at the combine, would have had. I feel like really good metrics and everything. I've watched him in college. At Penn State, he was really good. So,
all right. we were panicking at running back, or maybe that's not fair. We weren't panicking. We were maybe just a little sweat. But then we go Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, come back with Tyrone Tracy, Zach Charbonnet, Nicholas Singleton. We got the 5 wide receivers, 5 running backs, 3 more picks, 16, 17, 18, good at quarterback, good at tight end, Harold Fannin, George Kittle, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. Do you like Trey Harris? Do you like a triple stack with Herbert if it's there? Uh-oh, did Willis freeze on me? Either that or he's in deep contemplation about how Trey Harris fits on this team. I'm worried Willis is frozen right now. Oh no. If I have to make this decision without him, what if I make the wrong decision? Who does he prefer, Trey Harris or Dontavian Wicks? Oh no. Willis, come back, Willis. Come back. Oh no, what do you think, guys? What do you think? I guess we're going to go Trey Harris first. We're going to go Trey Harris. Oh no, this is bad. What? Willis is a Wicks guy? I'm just finding this out now? Oh no. Oh no. Willis. What you talking about, Willis? Where are you, Willis? Oh no. No chat either? At what point do we start being worried? Oh no, is he coming back? No, that's Josh. That's our next guest. Oh no. Willis? I feel so lost. I'm worried about him. Either that or his lunch break at State Farm just came to an abrupt ending. I feel so much pressure trying to land this plane without him. Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Tyrone Tracy, Zach Charbonnet, Nicholas Singleton, Devontae Smith, Ladd McConkey, Terry McLaurin, Quentin Johnston, Deshaun Stribling, Trey Harris, Harold Fannin, George Kittle, Dallas Goedert. I need WWWDs in the chat. What would Willis do? What would Willis do, guys? Channel your inner Willis. We know we were on the running back and wide receiver track. Let's do our best to honor him, guys. Send him out. This is like our 21 gun salute. I do think we have to take Wicks. I think we have to do it. He's got to get both. He's got to get both those triple stacks. We're doing it. Wicks, light the candle. Light the candle for Dontavian Wicks and for Willis. His contributions to this team will not be lost. They will not be forgotten. The only question is, how do we give this team the Viking funeral it deserves? 2573. Wait. He's back. Willis, we thought we lost you.
Sorry. I'm down in Texas. I was in my, car with no AC and on and everything, and my phone overheated.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and it sounds like you just sprinted into the office. You made it though.
I did, yeah.
Can I tell you what transpired while you were gone?
Sure.
Well, one, we thought you died, and in your honor, we stacked up Herbert with Trey Harris and Jalen Hurts with Dontavian Wicks.
Love it.
Okay. And now you have one final pick to make. Now back at your desk, your phone cooling, the chat relieved and celebratory that you live, like Lazarus in Jesus himself rising from the dead, rolled the stone away, and now will make the 18th round pick.
All right, let's go on to running back.
Running back, Braylon Allen, Sean Tucker, Ray Davis, Kamani Vidal, Holani, Damon Claiborne, James Conner.
Keep going down.
Okay, I will keep going down. Jaden Blue, Adam Randall, Marshawn Lloyd, DJ Giddens, Ollie Gordon.
All right. So, Jaden Blue. I'm
Oh
going to let
my gosh,
Cowboys
Willis.
homerism. I'm doubling down on we were all in on him last year.
Wow. Okay. This is a heat check moment for sure. And for people who don't know the legend of Willis, Willis stood by Ezekiel Elliott, even in his later years, even when the Slappies tarnished his good name over and over, called him Fat Zeke, wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole in drafts. And you know who was there by his side? Willis, every step of the way.
Yeah. I'll always remember the first year Pollard really broke out when they were going like back to back. And I had like 70% Zeke that year.
Incredible stuff.
But in the end, Pollard didn't play the last few games. And if you had Zeke, well, he got you like 9 points in the finals because he got a touchdown.
Well, Willis, as a man who already pulled off the ultimate miracle of returning from the dead, I do not doubt that you can make Jaden Blue walk on water now.
Hey, he just got to, get the Louis Vuittons right.
That's right. Willis, I'm going to recap this team. We'll get your thoughts, and we'll bring on Josh here. Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert at quarterback ended up at 6 running backs. What was the winning BBM structure you said, by the way?
I said 2-6-7-3.
What did we do? 2-6-7-3. The running backs: McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Tyrone Tracy, Zach Charbonnet, Nicholas Singleton, and the miracle man himself, Jaden Blue. The wide receivers: Devonta Smith, Ladd McConkey, Terry McLaurin. Let's start correlating. Quentin Johnston, DeJon Stribling for Patty Kerrane, Trey Harris, Dontavian. Leave that candle on Wicks. And then that tight end room: Harold Fannin, the duck-footed king, George Kittle, and Dallas Goedert. How did we/you/the chat in your absence do?
We did great. Thanks for the chat for picking up my slack for having to miss those couple picks.
It's all good. It's all good. They are here to pick you up when you fall down. It takes a village to draft a team, is what they say. Willis, any final words here on the bash? Any shout outs, parting shots? The floor is yours.
No, shots or anything. But I just want to say for the So You Think You Can Tout contest, I'm really looking forward to it. Good luck to all the contestants left. I think it's just a really awesome thing that you've created and are doing.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you submitting, Willis. I appreciate your unwavering support in the Discord, on shows. You truly are the best. It's why everybody in the chat loves you. It's why I love you, and super stoked that you got on today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Pete.
All right, we'll see you later, buddy. All right, there he is, Josh. When was the last time you were on? Were you on in the fall?
I think it was during the Super Bowl. Did a pick'em.
Super Bowl. That's right. You are our go-to pick'em whisperer there for those island games on the portfolio review in the bash. So good to have you back. Have you been drafting season-long teams?
I haven't. This will be my first one.
Beautiful. Okay, so kind of similar to Chris, getting your toes wet. I mean, very sharp strategy to knock off the rust with my site credits instead of on your own accord.
Well, you got the magic touch. You got the you're the BBM winner metal detector.
That's right.
You're the scanner.
It's funny too, because it's like we're trying to figure out how potent that pixie dust is. I mean, the surface area between the bash, between So You Think You Can Tout, it is expanding rapidly. Like, it's helping my chances to attach another future BBM winner to my tree, just because I'm now broadcasting with so many different drafters.
Well, I also think it to my advantage is I met you at the Dog Bowl, and I actually got to shake your hand and touch you. So I physically got to see you, meet you, and touch you. So I got the dust actually on me.
But you didn't know that when I shook your hand behind my back, I had my other fingers like this?
I did not.
Yeah. See, because I know that there's only so much of the juice to go around, so to speak, that I have to, be very judicious with how I dole it out. No, yeah, it was great to meet you and your wife in Kansas City. How are things going with the fam?
Good. Kids about ready to get out of school, so that'll be busy. Yeah.
Okay, so you're like Willis with summer coming and then trying to figure out how to entertain them.
Yeah, well, my daughter, she gets into camps, but this will be like the last year she'll be able to go to the same camp because she's in 6th grade, so she's aging out of it. So,
okay,
figure out what she does the following year.
Yep. The joys of figuring out childcare, they do not end for a long time. I'm starting to realize.
Yeah.
All right. Then, we have the 1-8 today. I am relieved and excited to announce that Buttnut69 has not found his way into my 3rd bash draft today. We are free from the terrorizing from Buttnut69, Josh.
What did he do? Would he just have weird ranks or something?
No, I don't think he did anything super unusual other than having the username Buttnut69.
No, we need him to win, so the Underdog guys have to say congrats to Buttnut69.
Is this true? Davis renamed his live stream to Drafting Against Pete.
I think I saw that. I think it was So You Think You Can Draft or something like that.
Oh my goodness. Davis has ran out of clickbait titles. That's all you got, Davis? Oh man. I'm sure the views are pouring in to see our battle, our head-to-head battle. All right, we got the 1-8. We've been in the middle of the board for most of today. We started both teams off with Christian McCaffrey. I'm guessing CMC is not going to fall to 8, so we should get a new start for the people here. Anything that jumps out to you in this this pocket of the draft board?
Yeah, I'm good with all those guys. Let's see. Taylor would have been nice.
It's generally by ADP, we're looking at Amon-Ra, Lamb, Jefferson, or you can just say, you know what, I'd rather pull up a running back like Cook or Genty. I prefer that.
Let's go Genty if he comes there.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, JSN goes. Again, I might have lied. No, CMC falls. Do you want to go 3 for 3 today on CMC?
Yeah, if you don't mind it.
I don't mind it. It's CMC day here on the bash. Luckily, I don't broadcast near an electrical substation. Otherwise, I would be pretty concerned about it. But please stay healthy, CMC. If you do, it could be a very good day for these 3 teams.
That's right.
That should be the new stream title for the Swolecast. Might reinvigorate the inching towards 10K. I mean, it's hard to get YouTube subscribers, regardless, but no one makes it look harder than the Swolecast. I mean, it's the road to 10K. It's paved with AAA maintenance trucks having to come and fix us and inch us to the finish line. I don't think it's ever going to happen, Josh.
Oh, are you guys pretty close? You guys are right there.
I mean, we could have 9,600 subs, and I think those last 400 might take 3 years.
What if Davis unblocks all the people that he's blocked?
You know what? That question, I am actually not sure if when you block someone, do they retain their subscription, or does it strip them of their subscription?
Ooh, Ken Walker.
Okay, the KC guy wants the new shiny toy.
That's right.
All right, CMC, Kenneth Walker. Fun start there. For people who don't know, Josh is an Eagles fan living in Kansas City. Did you have thoughts on Chris Riley slandering Hinckley in the process? What side of that do you fall on?
I missed that. Was that in the beginning of the stream?
Yeah, my draft with Chris, because he's a Philly guy, and I was asking him, are you always kind of really mild-mannered? easygoing, monotone. And he goes, don't get me started on Sam Hinckley in the process. So naturally, as a host and a provocateur, I got him started on Sam Hinckley in the process, and he's very miffed about it.
Who the hell's Sam Hinckley?
Are you
not
not
a Sixers guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
At first, you had me scared. I was like, did I say his name wrong? And now I'm going to
No, is that I'm not a Sixers fan. I don't actually.
Okay.
That's funny. I just got into basketball. That's why I haven't drafted at all recently. I was a big basketball guy in the late 90s, early 2000s. Didn't watch it at all. And then I watched one show of Mike Zakarian's NBA bit, and that got me back into basketball.
Have you, when you say you're getting into it, just from the traditional fandom sense, or have you been playing fantasy?
Oh, I've been betting the shit out of it.
Okay, all right. To go on. Like what kind of
shout out Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren unders have been generational in the playoffs.
Okay, all right. Maybe we'll have to. Do you got any shippers for tonight? Can we cook up a pick 'em here in between picks?
The things that have been working for me for NBA has been live betting. So I can't. I have to like watch the game, get a feel for it for like the first quarter, maybe quarter and a half, and then I'll start saying, all right, this guy's not doing shit, or this guy's cooking.
Okay, so there you go. You're just saying just a little bit of ball knowledge, a little bit of a free evening to grind the tape, and it's just a print fest.
That's right. But yeah, Jalen Duren unders. I don't think he has been dog shit this whole playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I have him on a dance team, and I know he's not hitting my lineup, so that checks out. Breece Hall goes by ADP. We're looking at Josh Allen, ETN, Kyron, Tetaroya. Solver likes Garrett Wilson, T, and Zay. Who do you like?
Let's see. Let's go ETN.
Yeah. All right, ETN, our third running back, little hyper fragile start so far, or I guess hyper fragile is insinuating what we're going to do after this. A robust start. CMC, Kenneth Walker, ETN. How do you feel about the squad so far?
I like it. I like our running backs.
I know. I'm a little worried about our other positions.
Yeah.
But I like the running backs. So getting into hoops, or I mean, I guess you're, what are you, Central Time?
Mm-hmm.
So not as crazy of a, I mean, you couldn't pull that shit off on the East Coast. I'm just telling you,
no.
From an East Coast dad perspective, there's no way you're getting into the NBA.
Well, I don't know what the fuck Adam Silver's doing. Like, there's two basketball games on, and he's got them bumping into each other. Why can't we start one like at 6 and one at 8:30 instead of starting one at 6 and one at 7:30?
Amen. Just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg for Adam Silver's issues. Ladd McConkey, Luther Burden, Bucky, Evans, Hendo, Loveland. Who do you like?
I like Luther Burden here.
Look at that. You're a slappy at heart, right? At the end of the day, Luther Burden, you earned a treat after those three running backs.
Looking at the ADP before I hopped on, I was like, why is Luther Burden going in the 4th round? Why is he going ahead of Colston Loveland? But then I was just thinking it's probably a positional thing. And also on this team, like if Luther Burden's going to pay off this ADP and go be in the 2nd round next year, I like him as our wide receiver 1.
Yeah, you definitely need that leap in value. I also think it would be totally justifiable to take Loveland ahead of Burden. Mm-hmm. And it's probably just more an effect of people being anchored to the ADP. And also I think because you're going to have the Bowers and McBride drafters over here, they're not going to take Loveland. And so that ends up pushing him even a little further generally.
Yeah. I was catching up with ADP chasing and ship chasing this morning. I was agreeing with Jacob's takes on Loveland, how he's just a really good pick. And it's just kind of, I did agree with Pat's point of it's kind of hard to take him because he falls in a weird part of the draft where you like really need running backs and receivers. But I don't know. He crushed last year. And I was looking at Dwayne's projections before I hopped on too, is he's not that far behind Bowers when you actually look at it, what they have projected.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at like, to me, like guys like Igbuka and Ladd are a little overdrafted. And then like once Higgins, Flowers, Tetaroya, Garrett Wilson, and Burden are off the board, like if you find yourself in this territory, like these three wide receivers, McLaurin, Evans, JMO, they look to me like 5th round guys. Henderson and Scatabo strike me as 5th round guys. Like to me, that this is the spot where Loveland starts to make a ton of sense. Here he falls to 51. This drafter essentially just flips it, takes Evans in the 4th, Loveland in the 5th, it's the same, ending effect.
Yeah, he feels a lot like Kittle has the past few years, where Kittle was like in that 5th, 6th round, and you go back on your drafts, you're like, why did I take this receiver who's done shit all year in the 3rd round? Why didn't I just take Kittle every time?
Yep. All right, with 3 running backs and a wide receiver, we're probably looking at wide receivers here. Lamar's always hanging around in the 5th. Waddle, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Carnell Tate would be the best options at wide receiver. DJ Moore goes. Waddle goes. Do you like Christian Watson, Tate? You see another angle?
I'm good with Watson or Tyson, whichever one you like.
Yeah, let's do Watson. I think on a room like this, we're probably going to be throwing a little bit more volume at wide receiver late, probably at those rookies. So maybe get more of a steady bet, safer bet here in Watson, and then we can throw darts.
Sounds good.
All right. We have started with 3 running backs. We come back with our 2 wide receivers, Luther Burden, Christian Watson. Are you getting excited for the schedule here?
I am. I know. I did see the Eagles are playing on Thanksgiving. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since they played on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Who are they? Is it Cowboys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving slate's pretty good. That'll be a fun. That'll be a fun DFS week. I think it's Chiefs, Bills, Cowboys, Eagles, Packers, either Bears or Lions. And then there's one more, I think.
Well, it has to be Lions because Lions always play.
Yeah.
And then whatever the wait, are you saying there's 4 games? Or it should just be 3, right?
I might be thinking of the Black Friday game.
Oh, the Black Friday. And aren't they have a Wednesday night game this year too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun slate that week on the daily games.
Yeah, just include them all together, a 5-game slate.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
That'd be fun.
Numi, Hope, you guys taking notes on that 5-game slate Thanksgiving week, please? Thank you. All right, about back on the clock. This was what I was hoping for, dude. Tyson comes back. We get both.
Oh yeah. And we got ETN. There you go. We got all the Saints.
Yes, that worked out nicely. We're patient on the rookie, so now we have CMC, Kenneth Walker, ETN. We get Burden, Watson, and Tyson. I like how this team is shaking out.
Same.
So, has your account gotten limited with your live betting stuff? Or are you still free in that regard?
I'm still free. I think I'm one of their preferred guys. They sent me Underdog sent me a sick ass robe during the winter.
Okay.
It's nice, Pete. It was funny too because my wife was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said a robe. And I don't know if they were listening to me on my phone, how Elon does and shit, but they sent me a really nice robe.
It with with
the Underdog logo right here too.
Dude, I am very blessed in that Underdog sends me a lot of merch. I've gotten some really cool pieces of merch. This is the first time I've ever been jealous about an Underdog piece of merch because a robe on Best Ball Breakfast.
That hit so hard.
All right, I got to make a note of this.
Are you a house slippers guy? Do you wear slippers in the house when it gets cold?
Yeah, in the winter, I go sandals in the summer, but yeah.
They sent me some nice slippers too with Underdog.
Wow, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm hitting up Berm today. I'm saying, dude, I need one of those robes, brother. Need one of those robes. Okay. I am kind of, at some point, I might need you to actually go grab it and demo it for us just so I can see what we're working with here.
You want me to do that after our next 2 picks?
I think so. I think we need to see it. You got to flaunt it. And then people can know if you two live bet a bunch of Jalen Duren unders, you can be rewarded with a comfy plushy robe. All right, let's see here. We're going to pick at 7-8. We got our 3 running backs, CMC, Ken Walker, and ETN. We got our 3 wide receivers, Burden, Watson, and Tyson. Caleb Williams is off the board there. We'll have Jordan Love later, Shuck later. Mahomes is in this range. If you wanted to, maybe that would be next pick with Kenneth Walker, Purdy as well. So we got some correlated bets here. This is probably either a wide receiver or Tucker Kraft if you want to work toward a Green Bay double.
Okay. I'm good with Kraft, and if he goes, let's take a QB.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Kraft here right at ADP. We'll see what Chris Stan does before us. The other wide receivers, you got like Metcalf, Sutton, Addison, Jaden Reed goes. So I think this is our chance to get Tucker Kraft and set up that double.
That's right.
And then just looking at the Jordan Love stuff, we'll be able to kind of play defense on the drafter behind us if we do want to go the Love route, I think.
I like it.
Right.
I like Kraft.
Yeah. Yeah, Kraft is fun. I love these. I love the Green Bay double stacks. Watson, Kraft, Reed, mix and match those guys. Toss on Love. Definitely one of my favorite stacks right now.
And I think Kraft is supposed to be back pretty early, right? Like they're projecting him to come back week 1, I think.
Yeah, I feel like the injury reporting on him has been pretty positive, which is good. Goazy Cards wants to know, which NFC West team versus Arizona would you like to see in week 17?
Ooh. Probably the Niners.
Yeah. Niners or Rams?
Yeah, not the Seahawks, because the Seahawks versus Beck, I feel like that's just nasty.
Yeah.
Like, I like Beck. Beck was another guy I bet the shit on for college football. Anytime they laid even money or you got plus odds for a pick, that guy was a master pick thrower. You always bet the over on Carson Beck's picks.
Yeah. I think Niners is a good one because I feel like they're the kind of team that they probably won't. I think they'd be willing to pour on the gas in a situation where maybe with Stafford, the Rams are kind of shelling up for the playoffs. All right, we're back on the clock. We do have these quarterback options here. Mahomes, Purdy, Michael Wilson's here, Jacoby's here.
Let's go Herbert.
Okay, just start a little back stack there potentially.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get that robe.
Yeah, go get that robe. All right, the big reveal. Josh has told us that thanks to his VIP status on Underdog, that he has been sent a piece of merch I didn't even know existed. An Underdog branded bathrobe that I personally already know would look excellent on Best Ball Breakfast. Watch as my cortisol and my jealousy levels spike on this unveiling. Here he comes. Is he going to be wearing it or is he just going to show it? I think he's putting it on right now. He's probably got to get the slippers on. Oh boy. Here we go. I think we got to go full screen, folks. I think we got to go full screen just to.
What do we think, guys?
Wow, dude. Look at this. Absolutely robe mogged right now. The Underdog logo. You're looking good, dude. You look like you're at a Japanese onsen right now, just ready for rest and relaxation.
No, I love this thing. This is when they sent me this, I was like, I fucking love Underdog. They can take all my money. Just send me a robe.
That's right. Small price to pay for a one of one robe. Soon to be one of two once I get mine.
That's right.
Ready.
We got to get you a robe.
All right. Let's get back to focus here. At pick 9-8, we got our quarterback, Herbert. We have our 3 running backs, CMC, Kenneth Walker, and Travis Etienne. Our 3 wide receivers, Luther Burden, Christian Watson, and Jordan Tyson. Our tight end, Tucker Kraft. We lost out on Purdy. We still have some good stack options, though, coming later with Shuck and Love. Actually, no. Love is going to be right at this ADP. Also, the drafter in front of us has Reed, so he might pull the trigger. He's also pissed at us because he has Hampton and Ladd, and we took – he goes Goff.
Okay.
You want to do Love?
Take Love. Yeah. You're more familiar with the QB runs right here, so I feel like this year QB's really pumped up.
Yeah.
Like last year we were getting like even like Mendoza, where does he go?
He's like 150 to 160 typically.
Good Lord. Wasn't Dart like a 18th round pick for most of the summer last year?
He was pretty cheap. Yeah. I mean, we had that string of, it was the Bo Nix, Drake May year. Both those guys were incredibly cheap. We've been spoiled, man. Times are changing. They're changing.
Damn.
Man. Nice and Blunt wants to know, is it flannel? I doubt it.
No. This thing's like I don't know. It feels like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's really
plush.
nice on my skin. It's plush. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Dan Max suggests a robe in Trilby with the Cuban and Scotch for After Dark. Wow, there you go. It has range. It can be
It does.
a nighttime vibe and the breakfast vibe. I like it. Okay, we could do a triple with Matthew Golden. Casey Concepcion's a strong rookie pick here. I would also say Xavier Worthy is a strong pick with Kenneth Walker. And you could also go a third quarterback with Shuck. So lots of options here.
Let's get Worthy.
Look at that. I told you, Burden, Worthy, Kenneth Walker. I'm about to rename this stream, taking all of Davis Maddox's favorite players, and then I'm just going to watch the views roll in.
That's right.
No, I do think Shuck is tempting there, but I think from just like a draft capital standpoint, I mean, we do need a little bit more juice at wide receiver. So I think that was the play.
Like, I like taking 3 QBs, but I kind of I don't know. Discounts probably don't exist on QBs in this environment, but like, I'll take a third QB, like if it's given to me, or if I don't want to reach for a third QB.
I will say, like, typically and in previous years, that has always been my mentality. This not demographic, but this landscape is just way more vicious with the quarterbacks. And you kind of have to do what the team out of the 5-hole did here, where they go Mahomes, Nick, Shuck. And I was actually talking to this with Karain yesterday, because on Ship Chasing, he said, one of his preferred strategies is 3 quarterbacks, but specifically 3 quarterbacks in the window, and kind of referring to the window as this, 8th to 12th round range. But this window is so condensed and the run happens so fast that you do almost have to triple tap it at times to hit it, which feels bad, like going Herbert, Love, Shuck. But it's tricky. It's tricky because I think we're all anchored to how we've previously wanted to play pocket passers in this range.
Yeah. If we would have took Mahomes where we took Herbert, I've been a little more pressed, I think, to take Shuck there, because his early season, I don't know how good he's going to be, or if he's going to miss a couple weeks in the beginning of the season.
Yep. All right, we're about to pick at 11-8. We got a 2-3-4-1. Probably could chill on quarterback here, see if anything interesting slips. By ADP, Jaden Higgins, Jonathan Brooks. Brooks goes. Khalil Shakur, Coker. You got Andrews, Gadsden. What do you want?
You want to take Malik Willis?
Yeah. You want to get that third quarterback and be done?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, all those other guys, nothing really pops out there, but Malik Willis, at least, like, I don't know, he could be a top 10 QB if he starts all year.
Yep. The interesting things here, we're obviously set at quarterback. The running backs are solid. We could maybe tack on 1 or 2 rookie darts later with that hyper fragile start. It's, the Herbert stuff, we missed out on QJ, don't have a ton of correlated options. So we could consider Gadsden here. I wrote about him in the newsletter after the Njoku signing. He got plummeted in the ranks. I think Dwayne moved him from tight end like 10 or 11 to tight end 19. I know guys like Karain and Leg Up still think he's a really good value. Anything after like 140, he goes. So all of that for nothing. Dallas Goedert, Jalen Coker, Shaheed, Diggs.
I'm good with Coker.
Yeah, let's grab Jalen Coker here. give us a 5th wide receiver. I think that's solid. So, yeah, let me do a quick recap. We've made a few picks here quickly. Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, and Malik Willis at quarterback. Just the 3 running backs at the start so far. CMC, Kenneth Walker, ETN. We are up to 5 wide receivers now. Burden, Watson, Jordan Tyson, Xavier Worthy, and Jalen Coker, and Tucker Kraft at tight end. I think we're actually in good shape kind of structurally. We might not love the running back options, but we're going to be fine at wide receiver and tight end.
Yeah. This James Conner probably doesn't. He probably does he even get drafted in these things?
He does. I want to say I'll see him go in the 18th round. I mean, ADP of 213. There's probably drafts he doesn't go.
Okay.
What's you got an angle on him?
He's just like one guy that, like, if he gets released, like, I could see him like signing with, I don't know. Let's say he gets released and signs with the Bengals. Where does he go?
Right. For sure. I've heard another one someone mentioned that was kind of intriguing, like get him on the Lions, be the backup behind Gibbs, let him do like Monty light stuff, and he immediately dusts Pacheco.
Yeah. I don't see him staying on the Cardinals. That would be really weird, but they just drafted Love at 3 overall when they signed Algier and re-signed him, so I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. All right. Rounds 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on tap. This is the Best Ball Bash. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. If you guys are new to this show, what happens is I gate the chat exclusively to YouTube members, and then you drop a hashtag in the chat indicating you'd like to jump on stream and draft a team with me. I foot the bill. We split any winnings if it makes it to a Best Ball final, and we get to meet some new faces along the way, check in on old friends. Always a good time here today with Chris, Willis, and Josh. Like I said, no Best Ball Bash next week. I will be gone, but otherwise, Thursdays, noon Eastern, we will be bashing throughout the summer. All right, so this is going to be kind of another, I think, pretty decent like tight end pocket. You look at SYTYCT, Strange, Chig, Jawan. The solver likes SYTYCT and Strange. Running backs, Marks, Pacheco, Sharps, Algier, not that great. Wide receiver, McMillan, Naylor, Tucker, Antonio Williams. Any of those names stand out?
I'm good with Strange.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick there for us. Get a steady guy there next to Kraft in case he is a little hampered at the start. Now we got that second tight end.
That's right.
Have you consumed any So You Think You Can Tout content?
I haven't yet. I've seen a lot of the stuff on X. I've seen one guy that's caught my eye is Goofy Chicken Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked his authenticity. It didn't seem very bitty at all. It just seemed like, hey, this is who I am. I'm always like right here. Like he's got a very good personality, brings the energy. So I really enjoyed him.
Yes, he is. I've not seen anyone dumb enough or courageous enough to say that Goofy Chicken isn't awesome, because he absolutely is. Excited to see what he can do in this competition. We're about to pick here at 14-5. I do love, the guy I just always click if I need a running back is Brian Robinson. I just think he's one of the few running backs in this range where we know their role. There's also Trey Tucker, Trey Harris, Stribling, Jeremy Bernard if you want to go the rookie wide receiver route.
Let's go Stribling.
Look at this. Back-to-back Stribling picks. We will pair him with Christian McCaffrey. So we got the 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Breaking news just leaked. Eagles, Niners. Week 17.
Oh, that's sexy.
There you go.
Where's it
that
at?
Is good, dude.
Is it at San Francisco?
He said it's Eagles at Niners.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's great. That's really good. Stribling's not going to get any cheaper. That's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Love that. I feel like Niners, if you had to power rank over the years the teams who have most consistently delivered in week 17, I feel like the Lions and Niners, and I am colored by their matchup against each other 2 years ago, but I feel like those two teams just always bring the heat for us.
Yeah, it's just I think the Niners defense has been so bad. It's either been bad or like all their defensive players are just hurt. They're playing with backups, and they just lost Salah, so maybe their defense will stink again.
Yeah, that'll be a hot one for sure. Matthew says probably a little late game hammer there. Yeah, I could see that being like a Sunday night football game for sure.
Yeah, and the thing about
Bengals
Stripling,
week 17. Yeah.
Oh, Bengals. All right.
What were you gonna say about Stribling?
I feel like because Shanahan's gotten so much shit about reaching for him this year, and he's such like a stubborn narcissist, he's gonna like make it a thing this year to make that guy succeed no matter what, just to rub it in everybody's face.
Yeah, it's true. There is always the saving face equity with some of these picks. These guys do not want to look stupid, especially after they've been clowned on.
And I mean, like, there's that Jordan James game, and like Kendrick Bourne had like a 30-point game last year. So like if Shanahan like just wants a receiver to go off, he can do it whenever he wants.
Okay. Top solver suggestions: Trey Harris for the first Justin Herbert stack, Tajay Spears for our fourth running back, Jeremy Bernard, a rookie option. Any other names jump out to you?
Spears or Sampson?
Yeah, let's do Spears. We'll get Tajay Spears at 176. I
feel like there's a few backfields if you're trying zero RB that Titans is one of the backfields you want to target.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're again, like the backdoor stacks are so hard this year just because everything's pushed up so much. But the Ward, Spears, you got their second year wide receivers, you got Gunnar Helm, you got Ridley. Like it is one of the few correlated bets that you can actually accomplish cheaply in drafts if you're boxed out.
Mm-hmm.
Crutches says no need to speculate on game times. Guys, games will be flex week 17. I don't think anybody has anything else better to do right now than speculate on whether it's 4 p.m. Eastern or 8:15 p.m. Eastern of when we will be getting Eagles, Niners box score. Do you have any interest in stacking up Herbert with Trey Harris, or are you good letting that one go? Do you have another pick you prefer?
No, let's stack that bitch up.
All right, there you go. Trey Harris, come on down. We'll get that skinny stack. So we got Herbert with Harris. We have Jordan Love with Watson and Kraft. And then we have naked Malik Willis up to the 4 running backs, the 7 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. We have 2 more picks. I think it'll be an interesting call. I think one of them's probably a wide receiver, and then you kind of decide if you want a 5th running back or a 3rd tight end.
I feel like we did a pretty good job catching up at receiver. Maybe
let's see. Burden, Watson, Tyson, Worthy, Coker, Stribling, Harris.
How many receivers do we have? Is that 6 or 7?
It's 7. 3, 4, 7, 2.
3, 4, 7, 2.
Yeah. As far as running back options, I mean, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis. You could do like a Kamani Vidal on a Herbert team where you're trying to get a little bit more Chargers pieces for that bet. And I also think on these hyper fragile teams, you can take shots on like the Katron Allen, Damon Claiborne, and just try to bank the rookie there in the ambiguous backfield.
I think the Bucks, Chargers, and Commanders are a couple other running back rooms that you could target in zero bar RB, but there goes Allen. I don't mind Vidal. I was thinking about it. I think he's still the only running back that can pass protect, but I think they also have a fullback that McDaniel loves, so I don't know how relevant that will be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
he was good last year.
I mean, my gut is that the Keaton Mitchell stuff is just a little wish-casty, and that Vidal is kind of the guy you want if either things go wrong with Hampton or just has a standalone role. I'm just kind of I know Keaton Mitchell's an exciting player, but I just feel like his role is going to be very similar to what it was in Baltimore. Justice Hill's the Vidal, Hampton the Henry in that equation.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's really only, I mean, I haven't taken Vidal hardly at all. I would just do it in an instance like this where we're getting another running back and he's correlated with the Chargers. If you want to get your San Francisco bring back on your tight end, Eli Stowers could be a fun little third tight end.
I was going to say, Pete, I don't know if you know this, but the Eagles play the 49ers in week 17.
It is. It's so nice. Those are the words I'm sure I will be uttering to someone on an August stream. You want to do Stowers?
Let's do Stowers.
All right, there you go. Tucker Kraft, Brenton Strange, Eli Stowers, and then we can figure out if you want to go with a fifth running back or an eighth wide receiver on this team.
Let's see. What are the running backs?
The running backs are Ray Davis, Devon Claiborne, James Conner, your guy, Jaden Blue, Justice Hill, Jordan James.
What are the wide receivers? The wide receivers look way better than the running backs.
For sure. I'm looking just to see if we had anything correlated. Herbert, Love, Willis. I mean, yeah, if you have a dart, I don't think you have to. Chris Bell's the wide receiver who's coming off of an injury, but is a pretty intriguing profile. Malik Washington is the incumbent. Caleb Douglas, the other wide receiver they drafted fairly high. Tolbert's there. It's kind of a mess.
Okay. I have an idea, but I don't want to say it.
Whoa, that's how I know it's a good idea. You don't even want to reveal it.
Well, it's a slap dick pick, so I don't want one of these slap dicks taken by a wide receiver.
You do got to worry about the slap dick around here. Your instincts. All right.
Is Hurst there?
Ted Hurst? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I wrote about him in the newsletter the other day. Dwayne meaningfully adjusted his ranks. Actually, I wrote about it today. I can even show you how much higher he moved in the ranks, coming off of some quotes from both the Bucs wide receiver coach and Zach Robinson, the new offensive coordinator, and lest people forget, my preschool classmate, Zach Robinson. But yeah, he moved Hurst from wide receiver 125 all the way up to 87. They basically are hinting that he's going to be their preferred X. You got Godwin in the slot. You got Igbuka as the Z out wide, and McMillan the odd man out. If Hurst is in all those three wide receiver sets there, I think he's going to be a very trendy riser as the summer progresses.
That's right. Well, we got three rookie receivers.
Correct. Stribling,
Nice.
Tyson, and Ted Hurst, all at varying price points there.
We got a rookie tight end. Okay.
Yep.
Pretty well balanced, I think.
Here's the recap. This is the construction. So yesterday on Ship Chasing, we all shared the construction we thought would win Best Ball Mania. I said 3-4-8-3. So we just did what I said. Willis he executed his. I believe it was 2-6-7-3. But here it is: Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Malik Willis, Christian McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, Tajay Spears, Luther Burden, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Coker, DeJon Stribling, Trey Harris, Ted Hurst, and three tight ends: Tucker Kraft, Brenton Strange, Eli Stowers. What do you think?
I like it. My first BBM.
First BBM in the books. Drafts went well today. You know, I've been very honest and transparent that some of these solo drafts I've done on Best Ball Breakfast, they have not felt good. I've not landed the proverbial plane, but today's drafts felt good. I felt like we're hitting our rhythm here. So Josh, thank you for drafting with me.
No, thanks for having me on.
Guys, as far as scheduling here, we have in less than 30 minutes, we are doing a special Swolecast episode. We are doing it for the So You Think You Can Tout contestants, the remaining 27. I have recused myself from participating, but I will be hosting. I will be offering my commentary on the contestants who are being bid on by a few sicko drafters. That should be a fun show over on the Swolecast channel. And then other than that, I am in the lab. We are working on the next So You Think You Can Tout video. We recorded with all the contenders yesterday, so we're getting that out the door as fast as we can. Otherwise, I think that is going to be it for me this week. Josh, do you have any final parting shots for the people?
No, go watch Mike's Carrion's NBA bit. It's a great show. Got me into basketball after 20 years. And yeah, Underdog. Send Pete a robe. Let's go. Come on.
Dude, I could not rubber stamp those two plugs more. Mike is the best. Yeah, if you want to get in the hoop streets, nobody is covering it better than Mike on a daily basis over there. Sharp takes, fun, entertaining, great broadcaster. Go check it out. And yes, send me a robe. It'll debut on a Best Ball Breakfast, and it will look incredible. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the schedule release. We'll see you guys next time on The Bash. Peace.